Some people just don't know their...
The light fades away at the end of...
No! Oh, shit!
Walk blessed.
Thou art my light, my glimmer at the horizon,
My sir,
my sacrament, and thy path
This
I will honor
doesn't make sense.
in life as in death.
oh shit.
Not much. They took a sample of her saliva and gave her a grunt root potion to help her sleep. But that man, Torius Flameling, said that they'll do what they can. I guess for now, all I can do is wait.
Move along.
Yes.
Observe, don't feel. Bloody fools. Just had to play the hero, didn't you? We're watching you, sleeper. Always. Look at that. Another snob from the surface.
Damn order. Damn you all.
Thank you, Sunchild. You saved a lot of lives today. Thank you, Sunchild. You saved a lot of lives today.
Please just...
Or, after all these centuries, I should...
Come to bed. Talk to Russia.
The Sunchild, aren't you? I've heard.
There you
of
are.
Yellow coats
Very well.
invading this country.
Nice place, isn't it? While the Neramis are in front of our gates, the people down here are bashing each other's heads in, and the crowd is cheering them on. Possibly. Be that as it may, I finished reconstructing the Planeswalker. It was expensive and arduous, but the result turned out better than expected. In a safe place. Come along.
So many fights, so little money.
Bloody wench thinks she's Vata incarnate. She'll get...
creeping from every corner down here, don't they? Either way, here it is. The Planeswalker. Your knowledge of geometrical shapes is truly impressive. No, it's more than a cube. You'll see. Correct. But in order for it to do that, we need to activate it first. See those 3 crystal fragments worked into the casing? Well observed. Essentially, the Planeswalker creates a distortion in reality. Imagine the following. When you cast a fireball, this fireball is coming from another eventuality, correct? Accelerated heat you conjure right into your fingertips. While you're doing this, there's a brief moment in time where the door between this eventuality and our world stands ajar. Good. The problem is that this rift normally exists for only a split second. And this is where the Planeswalker comes into play. It maintains the rift the moment we create it. Yes, I will cast the spell, but I will need to borrow from your strength. You'll see why. No more than any advanced spell, but I have ambrosia with me, so fever shouldn't be a problem. In a moment. Once the rift is open, we'll only have a limited amount of time, so 3 things in advance. First of all, according to Dalmaric, planeswalking is extremely dangerous. Well, he thinks that an eventuality recognizes irregularities after a certain amount of time, and corrects them. In other words, massive arcane fever and a brain hemorrhage. So we'll have very little time over there. Secondly, the further an eventuality is located from our strand, the less time we can stay in it. Realities in which Vin doesn't even exist would correct us the moment we step through the rift. I doubt it. Trying to counteract an eventuality with ambrosia is probably as helpful as putting a warm compress around your neck after someone has decapitated you. How should I know? One would have to experiment to find that out, and considering what's at stake, I think that's a bad idea. Well, let me put it this way. I'd actually prefer to go through the rift by myself, but knowing you, I doubt you'd stay behind. But, and this is important, once we're there, please don't follow me. Look around, explore the area, do whatever you feel like doing, but let me carry out my task in peace. Please. It involves a person who was once very important to me. Are you satisfied, or do I need to pour out my whole heart to you? Good. Then let's waste no more time, shall we? Here, take this and cast it at my command. Do it from... wait. Yes, from over there. Let's begin. It worked. By the name of the sun. Worked. It actually worked. Hira, the Siras Islands, a few miles from the shore near Al-Rashim. You feel it too, don't you? The fever? It is. It must be the eventuality trying to correct us, just as Dalmarek said it would. In other words, the clock is ticking. One close to our strand, yes. Another version of Vin. Forgive me. Frankly, I had doubts until the very end whether this would really work. All this, it's incredible. Look for someone. Prophet, thank you. I know I'm not the easiest person to get along with, but this, it means a lot to me. Give me 10 minutes, will you? Take a look around, do what you will. But be careful. Yes, you will.
I liked it. What do you think, love?
It was magnificent. We'll make a great bard out of you yet.
Really?
Really. And you know what? Because you did so well, I'll tell you a secret.
What is it?
It's a secret, so I can only tell you and not Mommy. Come over here and I'll tell you.
Hey, that's not fair.
Nothing in the world is fair, love. So, Princess, what do you say?
Okay.
Just a little closer. The secret is... the tickle monster is hungry again!
You too. Do you want to know another secret? little princess is way past her bedtime already, and she knows it. Because I have told her before.
Alright, I'm going.
Look how she's grown. Time really does fly, doesn't it?
No argument there. I'll finish the letter, okay? You go upstairs and get some sleep. You've earned it.
Okay. Don't be too long, all right?
Don't worry, I won't. Hey, I love you.
I love you too, Naya. You just had to do it, didn't you? Well observed. Yes. Yes, I do. Huh? I'm afraid I've changed my mind. I'm staying. Tell me something I don't know. My daughter and my wife, Naya. The man that world out there made me into. I never wanted to be like him. All I wanted was to live a normal life, like the Juzlan of this world gets to. But that's just the way of things. The world doesn't care what you want. It decides. We endure. Yes, I did. Does it matter? They're gone. Dead. Buried under the sand of the Red Desert. End of story. Not here. I don't want them to find my body. What do you mean? You... No. Dalmaric's writings are clear. We die, and it's over. A peaceful death in a peaceful world. You mean... You're clever. I have to hand it to you. You're really clever. The problem is, however, that you could be right. And I can't afford to take that risk. So... I'm coming with you. But... give me one more moment, will you? Just one. Let's go. You're all right. I'm sorry. I don't know what got into me. Yes, so am I. The house, their voices, it was simply too much to bear. I must ask your forgiveness. Of course I did. I don't know. Maybe I thought it would help me to see them, provide closure. Or maybe it was just the desire to see what might have been, as painful as it was. You've also lost people. Wouldn't you have done the same? If you actually believe that, then I envy you. I do not want to talk about it. You've learned much about me in these past few hours. Leave me this last bit of privacy as a refuge. Good question. But now that I have done what I set out to do, I will tell the Grand Master and the Archmagister about it. Maybe they can put it to good use. Though, frankly, I doubt it. The ether crystal has lost its power, and it'll be next to impossible to find a new one in the little time we have left at our disposal. And even if Heranthiel can get his hands on another one, the correction happens far too fast for us to gain worthwhile information about the cycle from other realities. But I'll leave the choice to him. I am grateful that you saved me. Now that I'm back here, I know that staying would have been the wrong choice. Still, I don't regret doing what we did. It showed me something. I believe that concludes our business, does it not? Thank you, again. I think we both know you've earned yourself more than just a couple of pennies. Wait a moment. Yes, here it is. This key will open a deposit box in the bank. The item you'll find there is for you. It's an heirloom, but I think you'll have more use for it than I will. I think we might have been friends had we met in another world. Who knows? I will see you back at the temple. There's a lot that needs doing.
What do you want? To cock at me? Just let me. They just sit on their asses and hope things settle themselves. Idiots.
Some people just don't know their place in the world.
Yes? What do you want? The trading post? What? Of course. Yes. I will go see her at once.
Now look at that. You've come. I have to admit, I wasn't sure you would. Nothing I didn't expect. It seems someone kidnapped Lauren while that thing in the trading post happened. And they're completely adamant that the someone in question is me. I just don't get it. What? You mean someone else? A third party? No. No. DeLorean did it. He must have. You've seen what he thinks of us. In his eyes, we're vermin. It just fits. Anyway, we need to get out of here. Suggestions? The first step would be to get this lovely thing here open. Wait. What's that? What is that? So... Uh-huh. See if the key fits. All right. Now I'm confused. What does that letter say? Show me. Unbelievable. Oh, by the name of the sun. Does this mean there's someone else behind all this? That what happened in the trading post was all for nothing? Yes, I know. I'm a little short-tempered sometimes, but I never wanted to kill them. Shit. This is crazy, all of it. But I think we should take a look at that theater. Whoever wrote this took DeLorean. Chances are high that he or she has the Scarabaeus, too. Oh, really? What else do you want to do? Run? If there's even the slightest chance that the idol is in that theater, we need to take it. Yes, you go on ahead and stay silent. Wait a second.
Dijam Onilis. Actions do not in the slightest reflect the spirit of the Blue Island Coalition, and we deeply regret what has happened. Nevertheless, you are obliged to return to the Coalition the money we paid for the idol, if you do not get it back soon. If you should recover it, however, we propose, as a token of our condolences, to pay an additional 10,000 Enderalian pennies. In addition, you may have Onellis, and try her by Enderalian law.
So, you're leaving her behind?
It is only appropriate in light of her actions. You've heard our offer. Think about it.
That is not for me to decide. You will hear from us shortly, my sir. Walk blessed.
By the name of the sun. I can't believe he just said that. Too well. Master Ulon. He's a big shot on Killet. One of the elders, despite his age. Right. And they want to leave me behind. Let's push on. They'll notice I'm missing soon. That looks like a portal to me, doesn't it? Come on, you go first. Saras Jaduli. That's the idol. The green scarabaeus. Yeah.
My dames and my sirs, I cordially welcome you to the last act of this magnificent play. For so long you felt the thrill. For so long you asked yourself the questions. What does the charming woman from Calais really pursue? How will Deloren react to the death of his beloved foster son? And What role will the mysterious and ambitious new protector play in all this? Guess what? A potion brewed from aesthetics woe. Don't worry, he's only unconscious. That is, for the moment. Oh, I will. Believe me. Just look where we stand. A trading post full of dead workers, a kidnapped guildmaster, and two of the mightiest trading guilds on the brink of tearing one another apart. And all due to mere suspicion. I had hoped things would turn out differently this time. I really did. But I suppose I was too naive. Again. Provoked? All I did was throw a piece of meat into the arena. The rest was done by the wolves. Namely, the Golden Sickle and the Blue Islands Coalition. Why, you ask? Because they're scum. Human scum, driven by greed, selfishness, and hatred. That is what all of those so-called merchants really are. What they hide behind their shiny, shiny smiles. Oh, there it is. The big question. But I fear the answer is simple. I want to see them burn. I want to see them burn, all of them. Together with their bloody bigotry and their never-ending thirst for gold. I want them to choke on it. I don't think they are. They are. Ask the countless lives they've destroyed. Ask the farmers they forced to sell their goods for nothing, because otherwise they would cease to exist. Ask about the bribing, the lying, and the complete disregard for humanity. You know, Protector, when I started with the sickle, I actually believed all this bullshit they kept rambling on about. I mean, path abidingness, success through hard work, integrity. And yes, I wanted to believe it. I really did. But the more I saw who they really were, the more I began to understand. The forces like the Sickle and the Coalition are what make the world the place it is. The forces led by people who don't care about anything but making money, and who would sell their own mothers if it would mean making a profit. Their lives revolve around one thing, and that is themselves. What happened to the caravan was an accident. Nobody would have died if they would have just simply turned over the idol. But no, they just wouldn't. They had it coming. Well, of course you'd think that. You don't know the ugly parts of his past. The ones he didn't tell you about. Are you really asking that? If you know one merchant, you know them all. They're selfish scum. And Calais, with their so-called culture, is the embodiment of what I just said. Greed, greed, greed. Wherever you look. It has poisoned their minds, and worse, they're proud of it. In the end, it was a coincidence. When I learned of the deal DeLorean and the Coalition were planning, I knew the time had finally come. Ridiculous. I call it symbolic. I mean, look at it. Lion and scorpion gathered around their prey, the idol. And here you are, the reckless fast climber, hungry for success and money, caught between two fronts. Oh, just drop the act, will you? I knew it the moment you walked through that door. Onalis, Deloran, Master Ulon, whatever they call themselves, I can recognize an egomaniac when I see one. You. All you care about is wealth and power, just like all of your kind do. Well, you're right. I don't, and I don't intend to. Believe me, I know what you are. No matter how you try to hide it, you're greedy scum, just like them. What? No, you all die. And together, you will paint a picture of justice unlike anything this city has ever seen. Mal Deloran, killed by Dejam Onalis, the beautiful yet reckless emissary of the Coalition, and her new ally, the Protector, the man Deloran was foolish enough to trust. Driven by hatred and greed for the fabled idol of Morala, the Protector helped Dejam kidnap Deloran and brought him into the prison, where they planned to execute him in a most gruesome fashion, to be left for everyone to see. But things got out of hand. As the Protector and Dejam returned to the theater, Deloran succeeded in escaping his shackles. What followed was nothing short of a massacre. The Protector, Deloran, and the beautiful emissary all dead. So, what will be the end of it all? This massacre. It will make people open their eyes. They will see these guilds for what they really are. Wolves. Greedy, pathetic scum. And together, they'll put an end to their miserable existence. Maybe, but maybe not. But it's worth a try. Alex, Devra, kill them!
What? What the heck happened? Penny pouches? You mean that old man from the trading post? That is interesting. But it seems like you took care of it. What? Oh, no, I'm just worn out, I guess. The flight through the crypt, the prison, now this. I'm surprised you don't feel the same. Well, that's the question. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah, no one. Just look at it. I've heard stories, but it is beautiful. Yes, not for a second. Anyway, first we need to get out of here. I know a small hideout close to where we anchored when we got here. Come on, follow me. What? The quickest way would be via that digger city to the east. Duneville, or whatever they call it. I could lay low there until some merchant dares to cross the Red Sea again. Yeah, that'd be nice. I wouldn't mind some company. Maybe...
Oh, screw it. I've been waiting for this for too long.
way
Look
back,
who's
the
here.
others will be able to
Talk to
see
Kamai if you're ready to start. He's just waiting for your signal.
Yes, they won't be steering
Saira,
anything, to
it's
be
good to see you.
precise, because Gertrude flies on her own as soon as the coordinates have been set. He thanks you, Tielor Arenthil. Any other Grand Master would have laughed at him, but you have listened instead. Now he will be the first of his people to meet the Ancient Fathers. It is hard to believe that. Walk blessed, and all the best for your fight.
Thank you. The others are expecting you. Ah, and there's one more thing. This amulet belonged to my son. I want you to have it. Wear it or not, the choice is yours. Now leave. And do not disappoint me.
Welcome aboard. How are things going? Are you ready? Well then. All aboard! Then raise the ramp. She's taking off! And there we go. Good. Very good.
This is incredible. Simply incredible.
Fly!
Well, look who's here. How are you? Yes, excited. I guess I feel the same. Well, did you want something in particular, or are you just looking for some company? You're right. But on the other hand, do you have to be a mummy in order to dedicate yourself to archaeology? The starlings. I have been fascinated by them since I was a child. You must know, their technology is so powerful that if they wanted to, they could probably conquer the entire civilized world with it. But they don't. And why? Because they all share the same dream instead. Exactly. A place without war or hunger, where all are born equal and enjoy the same rights, regardless of their standing in society. And for some reason, this thought has fascinated me as much as the starlings themselves do. Call it a fantasy, but if there is such a place, if it really is like the old legends, we'd be able to learn so much from the ancient fathers. And, well, there it is, the answer to your question. I suppose that this naive hope is the reason for my interest in the Star People's culture. Well, that is a good question. I guess we'll have to wait until we find one. Anyway, let us continue our conversation at a later time, shall we? I want to enjoy the night sky. Who knows how many more chances we will have.
Yes? What do you want? He does have help, but indeed, according to your standards, he did it on his own. You know, it will take some more time. Use it to stretch your legs or to talk to your friends. You will know when it is time. Yes, he had his doubts too. Yet do not admire him, but rather those who came up with the schematics for this ship. Every single piece of Gertrude is based on the research of hundreds, maybe thousands of brave, starling researchers. Well, peace, hopefully. Forgive him, but he has no better answer.
Point of view, isn't it? I really wish the war and the High Ones weren't casting shadows over all of this. This world can be so beautiful.
It's a crazy world, isn't it? On our way to a forgotten city in the clouds, and I'm part of it. That just sounds surreal. But anyway, it's good that you're here. I wanted to talk to you. Do you have a second? You have a point there. How should I put it? I wanted to thank you. I'm not sure if you know it, but all that's happened since I plucked you out of that thicket on the Sun Coast, it did something to me. I think I've understood something, as corny as it may sound. It's hard to put into words. You know, I still believe what I told you that time we met at the Dancing Nomad. That we all act as we do because we hope it makes us happy. But somehow, in no small part thanks to my father, I've always considered responsibility and being happy to be contradictory. But actually, that's wrong. It's the exact opposite. In order to be truly content, we need connection. To a person, to a cause, to anything. If you never find that, you'll never find yourself. Yeah, I said that. And I still think it's true to an extent. You're on your own if you want to be. I'm responsible for what happened to Adila and to Licia, because I never wanted to be responsible. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But I can't change what happened. I'll just have to live with that. Maybe. Maybe not. In the end, I can only speak for myself. The fact is, though, that that it feels like I owe this world to be right here, right now, as part of something momentous. And I like how that feels. That surprises me. No matter how all this ends, I will have no regrets. The same goes for our friendship. That's what I wanted to tell you. Despite all the trouble we got ourselves into, I'm glad that our paths crossed. For whatever reason they did. Thanks. But anyway, enough of this sentimental babble for now. You should probably rest a little. Who knows what awaits us up there?
How are... Okay, let's just skip the small talk. I was never good at that. I wanted to see you because there's something I need to show you. Follow me. I couldn't sleep, so I used the chance to take a look around. The thought that Kermine did this all by himself... It's incredible. It would take dozens of Enderalian craftsmen at least 5 years to do this. So, are you ready? Yeah, but just bear with me. You'll be surprised. Ready to go in? Good. Kurmai told me about this place. This sphere is what keeps us in the air, and it draws its energy from the water. Crystal water, that's what he called it. I just had to see it for myself. It's beautiful, don't you think? In any case,
He just can't believe it. No, he just can't believe it.
Oh, damn. No, quickly, run. That should do it. Now, wait a second.
What part of vertical didn't you understand? He thinks his instructions were clear. Stay here. Do nothing. But no. You decide to run around the ship and open whatever door crosses your path. And no, don't look at him like that. Next time, there will be consequences.
Well, okay. Yes. Sayera, that... I just... by the name of the sun, I just can't believe it. Here we are, on a mission to save mankind, and instead of sharpening our weapons and talking gloomily, we play hide and seek like two little kids who just stole an apple from their neighbor. That's just bizarre, isn't it? No, it hasn't. Anyway, I guess we're safe down here, at least for a while. But actually, I don't mind. This place, it makes me feel serene. Lets you forget why we're here. Do I? In a good or bad way? That's good to hear. You know, Sayera, I've been thinking about what happened in the castle and the talk we had after that. Well, do you remember when I said that I should maybe just give up and accept that I'll never be able to fully control that thing inside me? You told me that I might be right. That I should maybe just stop trying to control it, because that only made it stronger in a way. At first, that made me really angry. It just sounded heartless, even though I know you didn't mean it that way. But then I thought about it and realized there's truth to that. You know, all my life, I've tried to kill that part of me because it made me feel despicable. And every time I failed, I hated myself for it and thought that I was just too weak. But that was the wrong way to look at it from the very start. This thing, the only way to truly kill it would be to kill myself. And I can't and won't do that. Not now, when there's so much at stake, nor in the future if there is one. No, I won't let it harm anyone ever again. But I'll accept that it's a part of me. You know, Sayera, what good did all the self-loathing ever do? I've been dealt a tough hand, and with that thing and these urges inside of me, I'll never be like the others. I think that's the best, maybe the only way to deal with something like this. Accept it, as despicable as it may be, because it is part of who you are. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not deluding myself. Living with this thing will be something I have to wrestle with for the rest of my life. There will always be moments of weakness when it will try to get the best of me. But I will always resist. And I will do so without condemning myself every time it happens. And in the meantime, I will live. I will do all the things that I never allowed myself to do. Build friendships, go see the world, and go dancing. Even if the latter would be a rather amusing sight. Yes, and that. You are, if you want to be. That really means a lot to me, Sayera. You know, I'm not sure I could have... why am I still talking? Hey, sorry I didn't wake you earlier. You seemed exhausted. I guess so. I heard talking coming from upstairs, and I think it could be time to go back to the others. What do you say? Good, I suppose. But truth be told, I'm also afraid. You know, to make a mistake. All of this, it's new to me, and it happened quickly. There you were, there were these feelings, and then this. The first time the other person felt the same way, yes. There was a girl once, when I was younger. A novice. Silva. I guess so, yes, but honestly, I never thought much about the fact that Silva was a girl. These feelings, they were enough to deal with by themselves. No, it hurts me to say it, but she lacked the discipline for it. She's an adjutant to a priestess now, and I don't even know if she's still in Enderal. Well, let's put it this way. I'd be surprised if she even knew I existed. This was before that farmer told everyone about my connection to that village. I was very introverted back then and preferred to spend most of my time alone. So, I was just like I am nowadays. Still, these feelings I had for her, they made me afraid. They were just there all of a sudden, and they seemed so intense and unreasonable. I couldn't control them, and that drove me crazy. Between us, it was somehow slower. More like some sort of trust, some sort of affection, which grew with each passing day, especially through the talks we had. No, it isn't. I think if I had felt the same towards you as I did towards Silva, I would have done one thing. Backed off. Meditated. Killed these feelings bit by bit so that they couldn't gain control over me. The fact that it wasn't like that, it's what made all this possible. You know, Saira, you were there for me. You accepted me despite everything you knew about me. And honestly, until the very end, I thought that there had to be some catch to it. Some logical reason for your affection. I just couldn't imagine you did it because, well, you know. Anyway, to be honest, for once in my life, I don't want to think about my feelings too much. I'm just happy. And that's it. I don't know. Hopefully one that includes the two of us being together. First, we have to put an end to the cycle, find the Numinos, light the beacon, and then... I can't imagine that this Quarak will just set sail and go back to Nerim once we've destroyed his vision of a higher existence for mankind, which essentially means war. But let's be honest, Saira. We can't win. Not against Nerim. I don't know if I could do that, Saira. That would be betraying all that I believe in. For now, I'd say that we should focus on getting rid of the High Ones first. Do you want to go upstairs now? The others will be waiting for us. Good. I'd recommend a little clothing first, though. I don't think the others would like this look as much as I do.
But something isn't right here, my son. Why hasn't anyone noticed us yet?
They probably just haven't seen us yet. The clouds, that's it.
Or the city's deserted. Looks like it to me.
Nonsense. Now quiet. He needs to concentrate.
Now, if it isn't our missing friends. It's good to see people finding common ground, even in these times.
Magistra,
No reason to be ashamed, Keeper. There was a time when I was young, too, believe it or not. We came across the first of these floating buildings about 3 hours ago. The Valley of 1,000 Clouds. That's what the Starlings called it. But as you've noticed, it's a little too, well, quiet. He was at first, yes. But he's grown more distant the closer we've gotten. Let's just hope for the best. Correct, yes. The Nexus Tower. By Malphus, it's a pity we don't have the time to explore this place more thoroughly. Just imagine how much history is hidden in each one of these stones. It's incredible. Maybe we can come back here one day, once we've stopped the cleansing. No, not at all. But who knows? Maybe it's as the Starling says, and we'll be surprised. Well, first of all, let us take a look at it up close. Then we'll see.
Still, no one. That must mean something, right?
He will find them. He will find them, and they will
Hey,
listen.
wait! By the righteous path. That's not good at all. Come on, we have to follow him.